Hi everybody. Today I'm going to be recording a quick little ditty on how to use the new Movi controller software, or mini Movi controller software I should say. So pretty much everything in terms of just like stock buttons haven't changed. So you've got, your iris, your zoom, and then your focus wheel over here usually is how I go about it. But what has changed is the menu setting. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and cycle through using the mode button. So as you can see, there's a little check mark right here by default mode in Majestic. And I'm usually trying to keep my gimbal in, oh man, that light is terrible, in handheld mode. And these are my trim values, but you can really make them to whatever you're comfortable with. But I had someone who had an application in airborne mode, which makes a little sense while driving, but I generally would not recommend it. So what you're going to do to change the modes is you're going to go ahead and you're going to press mode again. See, that's record mode, it's not quite in yet. And then you have change settings mode, and then you have your pan tilt roll mode, and then you're back to default Majestic. So we're just going to cycle through to pan tilt roll. What you're going to do is you're going to hold the mode button down for 2 seconds, and then you can see it says dynamic pan slider. So that just means that whatever you set the slider to, it's going to retain that in pan. But if you want to change it, you press the joystick button, and you can program your pan value to anything you want. So let's say you want to go very quickly, you're going to move it over here, press mode again. Let's say you want your tilt to be really slow, so let's move it over here, press that, and then let's say you want your roll to just be controlled by this, so all you have to do is keep it in dynamic roll, and you'll see the roll value changes with the slider, but the pan and the tilt do not. They should stay programmed. So now if we go ahead and look back over here, you'll see that my pan is all the way at 1, my tilt is at 0.3 or something like that, 0.14, and my roll is dynamic, so I'll set to about 50% there, and you can see that it's rolling at about 50% speed. We're going to move on to Majestic mode. So to use Majestic mode, just hold this down for 2 seconds and you'll see a check mark. Majestic mode is, again, kind of a hack. So like if I move it all the way over here, you'll notice that it starts to trim back to 0. That's because I let go of the joystick, right? So if I want to use Majestic mode, like with dual operator, but I also want the gimbal to follow my movements, we have to disable the joystick. Otherwise it gets a value, and there's nothing in the FreeFly API that will allow us to just do it like in a simple command. There's no actual it's not available. We tried pretty much everything, and this is the best we can think of. Pretty soon it will be faster because we have to optimize the code a little bit to get rid of some strings, but once that's optimized, hopefully Majestic will be a little smoother transition into the movement. Right now it's not that bad, but it could be better. It'll help with airborne mode for sure. So let's go ahead and cycle through to record mode. That's not in yet, but you'll be able to do anything you want with the joystick, record it, and then play it back over and over again, which can help with VFX. And hopefully we'll be able to add in camera shake, so you can do repeatable camera shake, which might be really interesting. And then we'll get into the settings menu. So you hold down mode again to change your settings. This is calibrate 0, so like let's say your joystick isn't performing quite right. What you'll do is you'll take your slider all the way down to 0, press, sorry, let me go back. Hold that down again, change settings, so we'll hold that down. You'll get a message that says reset. Oop, no, dang it, I didn't hold down long enough, sorry. 2 seconds might be a little long. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Cool. Set slide to 0, set joys to 0. So then this is just like, okay, those are our values. And then it will automatically set those to 0. I think I actually have to hold it down. I'm sorry. It's been a little bit since I played with this particular button. Cool. And then it calibrates it and it tells you your values that are offset. And then that's the first thing in settings. The second thing is reset gimbal roll. We had someone say that they really wanted to be able to like let's say they were moving their camera around a lot on the roll axis and it wasn't quite, leveling itself out. So what reset camera roll does is it re-levels the thing. It's not fixed yet. It's a little broken, but it will be fixed hopefully today or tomorrow. And you can check for that on the Google Drive. And then you have the invert y-axis. So if you're a drone pilot and you want to tilt down by pulling it back, you just hold the mode again for 2 seconds. It will say turned on. So y-axis invert is on now, and then it will just invert that, and you can do it again to turn it off. It won't remember that between cycles of turning this on and off, just so you know. So that's about it for the menu that I can think of. Record still works, kill only works in pan tilt mode because you have to be sending a value with the joystick, otherwise it won't kill it. Calibrate still calibrates motors, record still records, obviously. Yeah, so thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please email me. Man, that light is bad. So in general, I recommend trying out all the settings you can. Let's go to majestic here. I wouldn't have I would have smoothing pretty high for majestic mode. I'd have your window also pretty high. And then for dual op, I sometimes keep it not in Movi controller but in S-Bus. It doesn't seem to matter a ton, but that seemed to help me out. And then in adjustments, I have everything set to, so you have rate and angle. I have everything on rate, remote rate scale, 200, pan tilt speed separate, and then those are my things. I don't really know what Expo does. If someone could explain that to me, that'd be great. But that's all for now. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a lovely day, and you're beautiful. Bye.